Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the Skyrim Ultimate Modding Guide, or some guide, and let's get started with some downloads. Go to the top of the video description and find Deathbell HD, all new textures, and I'm going to do the 2K version. This is up to you. This is an old REM mod, so you're going to have to select manual download. Moving on to Designs of the Nords. This is another old REM. You're going to have to do a manual download. Click the top main file, manual download. Now we're moving on to RUGNAROK Special Edition, which changes all the rugs in game to high resolution versions. I'm going to do the 2K version, and you can do Mod Manager download because this is a special edition mod. Now let's move on to PELTAPALOOZA Special Edition. I like the full. You could try the light. Some people like the light. I prefer full. I'm going to do Mod Manager download. Now moving on to HD Photorealistic Ivy. This one is a Skyrim Special Edition mod, so you can do a Mod Manager download. Get the top main file, that's the 2K textures, and get the Enhanced Textures Detail Compatibility patch. As you'll remember, way back in the beginning of the series, we installed Enhanced Textures Details, so get the compatibility patch for those. Moving on to HQ Paper. Download the main file, Mod Manager download. Now here's another old REM mod, HD Linens, so we're going to do a manual download on this one. Moving on to Rustic Clothing Special Edition, go to Files, and I'm going to get the 4K version. This is up to you guys. You're probably going to actually see this one a lot, so for medium rigs I would definitely recommend the 2K version. I'm going to go with 4K if you want the full modded to hell experience and you've got the computer power to run it. Let's go with 4K, Mod Manager download. Now moving on to Rustic Windows Special Edition. This is a Special Edition mod, so Mod Manager download. I'm going to get the 2K version. Now let's move on to Rustic Clutter Collection. This is another Special Edition download. I'm going to get the 2K version, Mod Manager download. Now let's move right along to Rustic Animated Potions and Poisons. This is a Special Edition mod, so we can do the Mod Manager download, and I'm going to get the 2K version. Select that, and let's move on. This is another old REM mod, Rustic Word Walls. Go to Files. I'm going to get the 2K version. This is up to you, but select manual download. Now we're moving on to another old REM mod, Rustic Monuments and Tombstones. Go to Files and select the main file, manual download. Moving right along to Rustic Nordic Murals. Go to Files. I'm going to get the 2K version, manual download. Now moving on to Rustic Standing Stones, a lot of rustic things here. I'm going to go to Files and get the 2K version, manual download. Now move along to a new REM mod, Rustic SOULGEMS Special Edition. Go to Files. Go to Rustic SOULGEMS Special Edition 2K Unsorted. Unless you decide to get a sorting mod, I'm not getting one, so 2K Unsorted, Mod Manager download. Now moving on to another old REM mod, this is Rens HD Shrines. Go to Files, select the main file, Ultimate, and go to Manual download. Now moving on to a new REM mod, Stunning Statues of Skyrim. Go to Files, Mod Manager download the main file. Now moving on to another old REM mod, Realistic HD Mushrooms. Go to Files, select the top main file, manual download. Now moving on to a new REM, Footprints. Yes, one of my favorites, 1.5.3 Mod Manager download. Now moving on to another old REM mod, more subtle Nirnroot. Go to Files. And this one is up to you guys. You can select if you like the glowing Nirnroot, then do the smaller glow radius. I'm going to do no Nirnroot glow and select manual download. Now moving on to Webs Special Edition, go to Files and grab the Webs SE 20248, the 2K textures, Mod Manager download, and also grab the Webs Special Edition lighting mod patch, because we are going to be using that with enhanced lights and effects later. Now go to Electrify Special Edition, go to Files, download the 2K version, Mod Manager download. Now move on to Deadly Spell Impacts. This is an old REM mod, so go to Files, and let's download the high version. It's at the top, manual download. Now go to Riften Leaves HD. This is another old REM mod, and there's only one file. It's the 2K version. Go to manual download and grab that. Now move on to the White File Replacer SE. Go to Files and grab the top file. Okay, now go to your archive installer and find Deathbell HD and open that archive. And let's number this one at 327 and select OK. Take the checkbox to activate. Now go back to your archive installer and find Designs of the Nords, Banners, and select Open. Let's number this one 328 and select OK. Take the checkbox to activate. Now go to your Downloads tab in Mod Organizer, I can't talk anymore, and find RUGNAROK Special Edition 329 and select OK. Now find PELTAPALOOZA Special Edition, double click, and you'll have to select the data file manually here. And let's number this one 330. So many, oh my gosh, so many mods, guys. Yeah, oh my gosh. Select that and take the checkbox to activate. Now find HD Photorealistic Ivy in your Downloads tab. Expand this, at least in my resolution I have to always expand this so I can see what the hell it says. 331 and select OK. Now very important, after you do that, immediately install the Enhanced Textures Detail patch for that HD Photorealistic Ivy, but we're going to probably want to rename this one 332 HD Photorealistic Ivy Enhanced Textures patch and select OK. And I think we can probably merge these two. Let me see here. Meshes. Yeah, it's just a meshes folder. So let's just replace the mesh in the HD Photorealistic Ivy mod by opening it in Explorer. Open the updated meshes in Explorer. Minimize Mod Organizer. And let's just drag the meshes folder from the Enhanced Textures patch into the main HD Photorealistic Ivy mod and replace the files therein. Now let's close these, move on back to Mod Organizer and just remove this Enhanced Textures patch for HD Photorealistic Ivy. Now find HQ Paper, double click, and let's number this one 332 and select OK. Now go into your archive installer and find HD Linens archive and open it. And let's number this one 333 and select OK. Alright, while we're waiting on Rustic clothing to finish, it is a rather big file, you might have noticed. It's 2 gigs. Let's double click Rustic Windows Special Edition. And let's name this one 334. Select OK. Now double click Rustic Animated Potions and Poisons. And let's do 335, select OK. Now go to our archive installer and let's find Rustic Word Walls and open the archive. And let's number this one 336 and select OK. Now go into the archive installer and find Rustic Monuments and Tombstones, the archive, select Open. Let's number this one 337, and on the monument textures, select 2K. On the tomb textures, select 4K. On the meshes, select ELFX because we are going to be installing enhanced lights and effects, and this also carries the static mesh improvement mod fixes as well anyways, so it's the best of both worlds. Now select install. Now go into the archive installer and find Rustic Nordic Murals and select OK, and number this one 338 and select OK. Now once again go into the archive installer and find Rustic Standing Stones and select OK. And let's call this one 339, select OK. Now go into the Downloads tab of Mod Organizer and find Rustic SOULGEMS, double click. Let's number this one 340 and select OK. Once Rustic Clothing has finally finished downloading, if it's not yet, give it a little more time, double click that. Let's install this at 341 and select OK. Once that has finally finished extracting all of its files, it took a while for me to take that checkbox to activate. Now go into your archive installer and find Rens HD Shrines and select Open. Let's number this one 342. And there are a bunch of different options here, a bunch of choices. I like the standard that they're already all set on, but you might want to look through these. You might like some of the other ones better. There's this Golden Shells version of RK. There's a couple different Debellas. So just go through here and select which ones you like. I just happen to like the ones that it's already selected on. I've gone through them and looked at them, and I like the standard, so I'm just going to hit install. Now go into your archive installer and find Realistic HD Mushrooms and select Open. You'll have to find the data directory, which is a little awkward because it's under this Realistic HD Mushrooms title thing here, and then right click data, set data directory, and let's number this one 343 and select OK. Now find Footprints in your Mod Organizer Downloads tab, double click. And let's renumber this one to 344 and select OK. Now go into your archives and find more subtle Nirnroot, which is actually, the archive should be called No Nirnroot Glow, which that's the version I downloaded. You might have downloaded the reduced glow or whatever, but find that archive, select Open. I'm going to number this one 345 and select OK. Now find in your Mod Organizer Downloads tab Webs Special Edition or Webs SE, double click. And I'm going to number this one 346 and select OK. Now immediately following Webs Special Edition, find the Webs Special Edition lighting mod patch and double click that. Let's just click the drop down and select Webs SE lighting mod patch and select OK. And on this one, just like we did a minute ago, we're going to open each of these in Explorer. So open the Webs SE lighting mod patch and open the Webs SE main file, minimize mod organizer, and we're just going to drag the meshes folder from the lighting mod patch into the main 346 Webs SE and overwrite the files in the destination. Now close both of those folders, tab back into mod organizer, and you can remove the Webs SE lighting mod patch. Now find Stunning Statues of Skyrim, which is probably listed for you as SSOS, and double click. Let's renumber this one 347. Now you get to choose your statues, and I'm just going to select them all and hit next. On the second screen, make sure on Deathbell meshes you select the HD mesh. And on the textures, it's up to you whether or not to choose the regular Deathbell 2K or the Smooth Stone 2K. I kind of like the Smooth Stone 2K, being that she's the goddess of love, right? So it should be kind of aesthetically pleasing, I would think, and kind of nice looking. So I'm going to select the Smooth Stone 2K. You guys can do whatever you like there. Hit next. Nocturnal HD mesh. I'm going to do the normal Nocturnal 2K, not the Porphyry version, whatever that is. Nocturnal 2K, select next. HD mesh is for Azura and 2K textures. Select next. Ultra HD mesh for Talos. Yes, give me nothing but the best. And then the 2K textures. Select next. HD mesh for Isgramor and the 2K textures. HD meshes for Meridia. And then here you have a couple of options, black or white. I like the white, so I'm going to go with white 4K. Also, the black doesn't have a 4K, and I just like the white better anyways. You guys can make your own choice there. On Malakath, there's a mesh with glow if you decide to select the lava texture, which is kind of cool, but I'm kind of going with a little bit more of a lore-friendly and realistic approach, and don't necessarily want my statues to glow, but it is pretty neat. So if you guys decide to choose that, more power to you. Send me some videos or screenshots so I can check it out. It's pretty cool. But I'm going to go with the no glow and select the stone texture 2K and select next. Now on the Winterhold, I want an EMB mesh because we are going to be using EMB. And here you can select a default cape or a new meshed cape, but I don't think it really shows you what the new cape looks like unless it's the one in this screenshot. But I think just to be safe, I'm going to go with the default cape. So EMB HD mesh default cape, reduce glow. I would select that or the HD mesh with the new cape, whichever you guys choose, but do the EMB version. And then I'm going to do Winterhold 4K. Oh yeah, all the pixels. Now on Clavicus, I'm going to do the HD mesh. You could do the HD mesh with the default mask if you like. I'm going to select 2K and select next. Then on Boethia, HD mesh and 4K resolution, select next. Namira, HD mesh and 2K, select next. Mara, HD mesh and 2K, select next. Mehrunes HD mesh, and I kind of am torn between the black and the green. I think I like the green more. It looks like worn and mossy, and I don't know, the black is too black or something. So I'm going to go with the Mehrunes green 2K and select next. Vermina HD mesh and 4K, of course, naturally, select next. And then Skyforge. I don't really like the Skyforge steel one. It's kind of neat, but I'm going to go with the regular Skyforge 4K and select next. Falmer HD mesh, and on this one I kind of prefer the rusty copper, so I'm going to go rusty copper 4K. The other one is more of a gold look, and that's kind of cool too. I don't know, I just prefer the rusty copper, so either way, make your choice and select next. Sovngarde HD mesh and 4K, select install. Now go into your downloads tab in mod organizer and find Electrify Special Edition V4. And renumber this one to 348 and select OK. Tick the checkbox to activate, then go into your archive installer and find DSI High, which is Deadly Spell Impacts, is what that stands for. Let's renumber this one to 349, leave it set on default on the options and select install. But now we're going to have to actually go into Deadly Spell Impacts and hide a few files. It's not going to be that bad though, guys, I promise. Hey, let me try to drag this open a little bit. Okay, so let's go into textures, impact decals. Find basically just the 3 files that say P, which I guess are parallaxes. I'm not exactly sure, but there should be 3 files that end in _p.dds. So decal frost impact 01 _ p, decal snow hole 01 _ p, and decal snow melt 01 _ p. Right click all of those, select hide, then go back to the main and right click the deadly spell impacts ESP and select hide, and then close. See, that wasn't too bad, was it? Now go back to your archives and find a Riften Leaves HD 2K and select OK. Let's number this one 350. Oh my gosh, 350 mods, guys. And tick the checkbox to activate. Now go into your Downloads tab and Mod Organizer, find White File Replacer, double click. Let's renumber this one 351 and select OK. Tick the checkbox to activate. Now, I don't think I recorded me downloading these, but I will have links in the description. Download High Poly Project, the link will be in the description, and the High Poly Project 4K textures. And let's start with High Poly Project, double click, and let's number this one 352, select OK. Tick the checkbox to activate. Now double click the High Poly Project 4K textures. Click the drop down to select a different name, High Poly Project 4K textures, and let's renumber this one to 353, whoops, and select OK. Now right click in your Downloads tab and select Remove Installed, and click Yes. Alright, that will take a second. Once all of those have been removed, things will be a lot less cluttered here. And I want you to do one last thing. If you guys have not yet installed Imperial Sword 4K retexture, let's call this one, which I don't even remember when we downloaded this one. If you don't have it, go download it. I'll leave a link in the description. It gets so hard to keep track of this stuff when we're dealing with this many mods, guys. I'm like, I think I had them download this one in the weapons episode. Like, why didn't I install it then? Anyways, so let's do 354 on this one and select OK. And this one is just a texture, so there's not going to be anything to worry about, anything to merge, any ESP. I'm pretty sure it's just a texture. Oh, and a mesh. So yeah, no big deal there. Now go to your plugins and just double check that you don't have anything that has a flag with a missing master and all that good stuff. Then select loot from your executables dropdown and sort your load order. After your load order has been sorted, remember to drag Darkwater Crossing manually beneath Verdant Landscape Patches Merged if you intend to visit Darkwater Crossing in this test. Then select SK. When we get done with all of our mods, we'll lock that in the load order. So then select SKSE from the executables dropdown, select run, and go in and test your game, guys. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. We're almost done. We're on the home stretch, guys. I seriously think probably like 2 more videos. I mean, I probably will. Like I said, I'll probably update you guys with like fixes as I find them and figure them out, or like if there's a problem I spot, and I'll go in and fix it and then make you guys aware of it, things like that. So I mean, the series, like I said, the series might carry on after it's like, you know, technically done or whatever, while I'm doing my Let's Play as I run into things. So, but we're pretty close, guys. We were pretty close. So if you stuck with me this far, seriously, props to you. And congratulations, you are about to experience the full modded to hell experience. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye.